Alright, this is the first video I will be commentating, also the first video that we will be watching someone else play. So today we have the pleasure of watching Strigonix. Sorry if I butchered your name, and this was sent to me on the North American forums. And so I want to start off by saying, how did you get into a tier 7 game and a tier 7 light tank? I would like whatever hacks you're using. Just kidding, he's not using any hacks. This is probably at a very low point in the server population in which he was put up into a game like this. Their 1375 has the same kind of matchmaking. You know, I really don't know how, because technically tier 7 lights are supposed to get tier 8 matchmaking, but you know. So he goes to the field, puts his first shot, well, almost puts his first shot into the 1375. It went into the dirt. For those of you that don't know, the lttb is the tier 7 Soviet light tank that leads up to the 54 lightweight, which leads to the T54, which leads to the Object 140 or the T62A. Now, this light tank has, for being a light tank, fairly good frontal armor, fairly good rear armor, good mobility as any light tank should, and an 85mm gun that does 180 average damage. The downside to the gun is the 144mm standard penetration and 194mm of APCR penetration. At least the AP is lacking in penetration, and he only chose to bring 5 rounds of APCR, which hopefully won't come back to bite him. Now he's putting shots into the Hellcat in the far corner. 2 in so far, and missed the third. Now, it did go where he aimed, he just didn't aim on the Hellcat. He switches his attention to the center now that the Hellcat's gone. Very unnecessary ammo rack into the VK3002M, and he switches his attention to finish off the field by knocking out the artillery. Now, as you're about to see, the lttb has weaknesses, the biggest one being no gun depression. Now that shot, no idea where that went, and he took a punishment for it. Lost nearly all of his health, and the gun depression issue that I was talking about shines through right there, as he didn't have enough gun depression to hit the hull and barely hit the gun, finishing off that artillery piece. He, in my opinion, wasted his repair kit repairing his tracks, seeing as he was not being shot at and no one was able to shoot him. But he did use his med kit to heal his driver. So now he's sneaking shots into the side of that KV-85. Put 1 in so far. Now he's still aiming this way, and there's the gun depression again. Put a shot right into the turret where it's not going to pin. And as we can now see, he doesn't have 6th sense, so he doesn't know when he's being lit. So he's got to be extra cautious this game. Now there he puts a shot in, finishes the KV-85. Puts another shot in, knocks out the OI. Now he's up to 4 kills, 1450 damage. Now in general, this would already be a really good game. He's got 2800 win 8. But the team is down 8-10, and his base looks like it's going to be contested very soon, so he's got to get back to his base. He will outspot anything other than maybe the 1375 that is going to be contesting the base. Now you can see he's reloading APCR rounds. Now he's got to be careful with these. He's only got 5 of them. Looks like he's going to try to sneak a shot in there. Too late to save the SU-100Y though. Right into the dirt. That's unfortunate. Let's see if he can finish him off with this. Maybe a blind shot. No, it went to the left. So there's pretty much half of his APCR rounds gone already, and neither of them did anything. So I feel like that was a bit of a waste, but let's see how he utilizes the other 3. Now we can see it's already down to him and an OI. So he utilizes that APCR round into a burning tank. I kind of feel like that was also a waste. It wasn't necessary to shoot him, but it also wasn't really necessary to use an APCR round on him. Now there's the gun depression again. He comes over a hill, auto-aimed, and it just went right over his head. And there's the armor. Now obviously any French tank has no armor anyway, so putting one shot in and ramming him was a pretty smart idea before he got the chance to reload. Sneaks in a shot on that KV-85, finishing him off, putting him on 7 kills now, 1800 damage. And the OI died right before he finished off that KV-85, so he is in the running for a Calabanos medal. Oh, Nasshorn and a Churchill to his right. Nasshorn missed by putting a shot in the dirt. Now he's got to be careful. He's already down to 160 hit points, which is a one shot for 3 out of 4 of the enemy tanks, assuming the M6 is using the 90 mil. Now the M6 and KV-85 are last spotted on the other side of the map. So, well, there's the KV-85. Now he auto-aims with an AP round, shoots the hull of the KV-85. That was really lucky in my opinion. And the M6 is there. Well, why don't you come one by one, right? So he auto-aims again, shooting AP rounds at the front of a tier 6 heavy with only 144 millimeters of penetration. Bounces a 90 mil round by the M6. And let's see how he finishes, or how he works with these guys. There's the M6 and the Churchill 7 left. So it looks like he wants to get away and use his view range to his advantage. But that Churchill's got shots on his rear and the M6 is bound too soon. Churchill misses. I can only assume that was the Churchill or the M6. I obviously have no idea which one bounced, but I was extremely lucky. And then the other one missed, so that was very lucky getting out of there. He reloads his 2 rounds of APCR, and he's going to go all the way around, hopefully singling out that Churchill, because if he can get these guys one by one using his view range to his advantage, they don't have a chance. But it's going to be tricky. They both have a reasonable amount of health left. He's already on 9 kills, almost 2500 damage, which is an incredible round for an lttb in any situation. Spots the Churchill. Churchill's bound to have spotted him back. They're very close to each other. And he's getting shot at, so he has. Ooh, takes a shot from the Churchill. That was risky. He's only got 35 hit points left and bounces an APCR round off of the front of that Churchill. So that was extremely unlucky. Bad trade on his part, but let's see what he can do to make up for that. Now the M6 was last spotted in the field. I can only assume that it looked like last spotted. He was chasing him around the whole map, which wasn't that bright of an idea, but whatever. So let's see. Looks like the Churchill jumped on cap. The M6 last spotted right here in front of him, but I highly doubt he's still there. And I think that Strigon, I'm just going to say Strigon for time purposes, but Strigon seems the same thing, but it looks like he's going to try and find the M6, solo him out while he can, and then run back to the Churchill, because he's still got 1 minute and 15 left on the cap. It's not too big of a deal just yet. But it doesn't look like the M6 is over here anymore. So it looks like he's going to take the inside building over to the cap circle to try and get a reset. It's already at 50%. And the M6 jumped on the cap, so now he knows where both of them are. Puts in a shot, well, misses the shot. Takes a bounce, probably off of the gun mantlet. Could have been off the front plate if he was unlucky, and squeezes in a second shot into the front plate right there. Now he knows where the Churchill is. Takes another bounce. Well, I guess that hit the it was a critical on his track. So he puts a shot in the gun mantlet, reloads an HE round. As long as he can make contact with this shell, then it's all over and he wins. He's already got a Fool's Medal, Top Gun, Defender, High Caliber, etc., etc. And he finishes it off. So there you go. 11 kills LTTB in a matchup he probably should, or very well should not have been in to begin with. But I guess whatever, can't argue with that. So this is the first game that I've commented on or commentated on. If you have any suggestions or anything else, let me know in the comment section below. And thank you for watching. Goodbye.